Capacity is the ability to receive and deliver an opportunity. Capacity is the maximum power and ability for someone or something, or to contain something, to carry something. It means the ability to contain. So here's a man who has been blessed and say, you are going to be the next king. And you are asking God, Lord, give me more power. Lord, give me more money. Lord, give me more wealth. And then heaven is watching and they say, this is you. And you are praying, Lord, and it's coke. God, give me more coke. But coke is really wealth, power, opportunity. And then which of this will you be praying for? Be honest. If I didn't say, everybody, if God showed you this, you say, no, Lord, I want the big one. The big one. Okay, so the Lord brings the big one. Bring the big one. Open it up, please. And let us start. So let's, you've never poured beer before. That's why you didn't. So this is how you pour beer. It's because you never drank it. My dad taught me to pour beer even before I started drinking it. Not to waste his beer. So see. So the thing is that, see, this is how much they can pour. This is your capacity, but this is really your untapped potential. And you are praying, Lord, praying, but heaven says, we can't give you more than, because heaven does not waste resources. It is when you develop yourself. David, when they send a bear to try to kill you, let's pause, please. When they send a bear to try to kill you, and it was me, it's not him. It's the pourer. I'm the receiver. So that means you have to be humble. Humble yourself when they are going to. Then he killed the bear, yeah? And so they said, okay, your capacity has increased. Then they sent the lion. You see, that thing that almost killed you, it was God sending it to stretch you so that your capacity can increase. And then, of course, when it came to time for Goliath, then he was able to kill Goliath. But after Goliath, he still didn't have he had the capacity to be a warrior. And he proved himself, and then everybody knew that. But still, there was still more. He did not know how to rule over Israel. Listen to this. God looks at everything. I started a fellowship at university on God's whatever. That fellowship, it never grew past 30 people. You're laughing. Then I had a vision to hold a conference. And then the conference, we rented the biggest place. Let's say between 300 and 500, let's say 400 people. Guess how many people showed up for the conference? 11 people. Not even the whole fellowship. Many of the fellowship members didn't come. And that's what happens. It was 2 days. The next day, we were 9. It was just really crazy. And I felt so down that God, you gave me and you're giving me an anointing. And see what God just said, keep quiet. Every little thing starts in a small way. I want to watch your faithfulness. Do you know that fellowship remained 30? I started, it never grew past there. Guess where I learned to grow? I went to join the church. And I announced that I was a pastor when I got there. That was the biggest mistake I made. The pastor dealt with me until that word pastor came out of my mouth. And then for the next 3 years, I was a servant running around. But you see, my time in that ministry, the next ministry appointment I was given, go and start a fellowship. That's what they said. Go start a fellowship in the medical, whatever. I went there. It grew to 120. If I never served, I would. How did it grow? I learned in Saul's house. Even though I was playing the whatever, I was watching how my pastor was leading. And then when they sent me to England, oh, wow, that church grew to 1,000. Now, what am I trying to say to you? I'm just basically saying that the assignments they give you, they are the stretching and the testing ground to increase the capacity for the more. And God gave me a word, says, I will bless you 1,000 times more. I know that it's still a prophecy, but that prophecy will meet capacity. God doesn't bless your potential, He blesses your capacity. What do I mean by that? God will fill whatever cup you bring to Him. Fill my cup, Lord, I lift it. No, I don't sing fill my, I say fill my tanker. I have, so there's a friend, I've talked about this, my Indian friend, Satish. He came, remember, started as an evangelist, nobody came, just shared a vision, and we started giving him money, 50 pounds a month. But he will come and show us pictures, cents, and say, oh, we've reached this village, we've done this, so many people gave their lives. I was like, wow, okay, we increase it to 100 pounds a month. Then he said, oh, we've reached more people, this and that. Then we send, he now increased it to an album, and we see thousands of souls and all of that. So I said, this guy needs a generator. He needs it. Okay, we increased it to 200, 250, 300, up to 400 a month. After about, I don't know, 9 years or so, he comes back to me and says, Mr. Shola, I've traveled all the way from Hyderabad just to tell you that we don't need any more money. Who does that? He says, because the church is now 50,000 members strong. So I said to him, Satish, I now need money from you. Anyway, the long story short is now, we went there last year and he has 7 services. They start at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and they finish at 9 p.m. at night. He pastors 400,000 people. See, you are doing 2 services, you are tired. If you want more, that means you will stretch more.